Shawnee Leonard passes the line.
So there's the positions then with 2 laps to go. It's Damien Horgan on that unmistakable blue FZR 400 ahead of number 55, Jeff Quilter, who's kind of rode quite well but hasn't really been in a position to challenge Damien Horgan. And Milan is up to 3rd position, so it looks like we're missing somebody. So let's see if we can get that from the live timing. So the last lap flag is being shown then. And who's that 188 that's just gone past? So Andrew Murphy has retired somewhere at the back of the circuit we haven't seen. And then that we...
okay, so it's Andrew Murphy, yeah, that's good. Unfortunately for Andy.
So we're into the last lap then of this Moto 400 race. And it looks as though Damien Horgan is going to pick up probably his 4th win, because he had 3 wins from rounds 1, 2, and 3. So this will be number 4 for him. So that will put him on 100 points on the championship, as Sean Leonard goes under the last lap flag on the Moto 1 bike. So we'll give you the classification for Moto 400 once more. On the FZR 400, number 81 in 1st place is Damien Horgan. 2nd place, number 55, Jeff Quilter on the ZXR 400. And number 72, Ben Milan, also on an FZR 400, is in P3 at the moment, followed by 4th position, Mark Sheridan, Pat Duffy in 5th on the Tag Racing 400 Honda.
So there is Damien Horgan on his way to the checkered flag, makes his way around Paddock Bend for the final time and up into Southside Motor Factors for the Louth rider, who is going to have quite a comfortable victory here in the
lonely old race now, class. But he won't be too disappointed.
Sticks the leg out and acknowledges the pit crew and Phil Lawless there with the checkered flag. Next through, another cracking result from Jeff Quilter. Final appearance of the weekend for these Moto 400 machines. Jeff Quilter takes that 2nd place, and it's going to be a long wait back.
There's another race in that Quilter household. That's Glenn's son, is it?
It is Glenn's son, yes indeed it is. And we're looking for the next man on the lead lap. And there he is, that's Ben Milan, who's going to get a podium for himself, and he'll be delighted with that. I know he's had a lot of issues with this FZR 400 over the last number of seasons, and it took him about a full 12 months to actually get it going correctly. But here he is, and Ben will be absolutely delighted with that. Takes the 3rd step of the podium in the Moto 400 class. Brilliant stuff, well done. Next finisher on the lead lap.
That's Mark Fitzgerald on the ZXR 400 in 4th place.
Mark Sheridan, and Pat Duffy.
Pat Duffy then will take 5th on the Tag Racing. It's a CBR 400 in 5th place again. That's Pat Duffy. And Colm O'Neill is the next one through. New to racing, Colm. He's also on a ZXR 400, and his number is 907. So good start to the season for Colm as they all come in back into Parc Fermé, and we'll have a little bit of an interlude as we bring back some of the bikes from that retired in the race to bring them back in ahead of one of the best races that we're looking forward to so far this weekend, and it will be the Super Sport race number 2, the Dunlop Masters Super Sport race that, of course, Emmet O'Grady won yesterday on the Tozzi supported Maxus R6 Yamaha. So that's everybody back under the checker flag for that last Moto 400 race. And now we will have the podium presentations from Fergus Brennan.
With the first podium of our live stream this afternoon, and in third place in the Moto 400 class, it's Ben Milan. Well done, Ben. Thank you very much. In second place is Jeff Quilter. And our winner, Damien Horgan. Ben, you were a bit late getting to the podium there. Were you not aware that you were third?
I was not aware I was third. No, thought I was fourth.
Oh, well done on that. You've been having a reasonably good season.
Yeah, everything's going fine. I'd like to thank Stephen Tobin. That's his bike. He let me allow one of it, so much appreciated. So,
and go on, tell us, how does it compare to yours?
Mine's easier to ride.
Well, maybe having it more difficult makes it quicker.
Quite potentially, yes.
Well done. And then we move on to Jeff. Jeff, again, you've been first season on the Moto 400s, having come from the junior ranks. How are you finding it?
It's good. Nice to have a fast bike and a reliable bike anyway to finish the races on.
And you pushed mid-race there. You were pushing Damien quite hard.
Yeah, I was pushing very hard and I nearly lasted a good few times, but I'm happy with second, so.
Okay, well done, and more to come later on. Damien, hop down here. One of the busiest men we have here this weekend. Damien, you're out in the Moto 400 and having a go for the second weekend on the Superbike as well. But we'll talk Moto 400 initially. It was, I wouldn't say it was an easy race because you did have a bit of pressure from behind, but you won it by a bit in the end.
Yeah, the board me, and he was keeping me honest. I could see I was pushing, and the gap wasn't. The gap was staying the same, and I was, flip, I'm going to have to keep going here. But we got a back marker, and I think that kind of put a gap in it, But so that's 3 wins, 3 out of 3 today. So a few people to thank. Drew Patrick, long-suffering friend and sponsor. It's the first weekend he's actually come down, so he's actually after seeing a win. So I'm glad to give him that, and I've Janet and Laura, Wes, and Michael. Michael's done some pushing. He's pushed the bikes up and down all weekend. So, but without them, it'd be lost. So it is a big team thing,
But that's the last of the 400s for today. But you are going to be back out later on the Superbike.
Yeah, out in the Superbike again. Got 5th yesterday, 5th in class in the cup. So we're improving. It was 11th, 10th and 11th. So bit of jump this weekend. So we'll see how we get on now. We've 2 this afternoon. So hopefully we'll see how we get on.
Okay, well done, Damien, on the winning Motor 400. Well done to our top 3, Ben Milan, Jeff Quilter, and Damien Horgan. And we'll hand back over to our race commentators, to James and to Andy.
So the Super Sport bikes are on the grid, starting to get their warmers on, and their technicians there to get them up on their stands. And then we will have a couple of interviews from Fergus Brennan, who's going to talk to some of the riders on the front rows of the grid. On pole position, though, we can see that it's Emmett O'Grady from Chris Burns. Scott McCrory's had a belter of a weekend, and he's in P3 on row 1. Behind him then is Johnny Campbell, Shane Connolly, and AJ Carey. From Gary Scott, Dean Lacey, Luke O'Higgins. Next up is Anthony O'Carroll, Jack O'Grady. Ray Casey has an entry. I'm not sure, is that Ray on the Super Sport bike? He certainly was out on the, oh it is, yeah, in the BMW leathers. Not sure where he sprung that Super Sport bike from. Good to see Ray out.
I think that's one that Ray campaigned a couple of seasons back, the same bike. ZX6, I'd imagine it is, if I'm not mistaken.
That's not.
Okay, riders away on their warm-up lap for the opening Supersport race of the afternoon, and we get a look down through the grid. In that pole position is Emmett O'Grady from Chris Burns and Scott McCrory. Johnny Campbell, Shane Connolly and AJ Carey make up the second row of the grid. And just moving down through it, on that third row, Gary Scott, Dean Lacey and Luke O'Higgins. Fourth row of the grid, Anthony O'Carroll, Jack O'Grady and Raymond Casey.
Supersport boys on their Dunlop treaded tyres, and a good mix of cup riders and pro riders.